Hey everybody and welcome to my channel. I'm sharing an art journal page today with a lot of collage, and I pulled together some collage papers from my spiral bound printed sketchbooks. I shared these already in the past and I flipped through, and also some Gelli printing sessions where I made these papers, and I'm just using a selection of colors that I felt would fit nicely together, and I'm working with those. I always try to limit myself a little bit so it's easier to create. I'm working in my cheaper sketchbook from the Action store, and I love to use that one for collage. And it has quite a nice size. I think it's around 8 inches in square. I'm using my Tombow glue stick to adhere the papers, and I'm not going to play over the top with a lot of other mediums, so I'm not going to cover everything with gesso. I usually do add a layer of clear gesso to my collages when I work over the top with liquid mediums such as inks or watercolors. I'm slowly going through my papers and see what fits and what I like. I usually start with one paper and then, or sometimes with 2 or 3 papers, and then I glue them down and move forward to what I think fits the page. I'm keeping this video in real time today because it's not that long and you have the chance to play along with me. Just grab yourself some lovely papers and start. I'm going to link up some Gelli printing sessions to the info cards at the top right corner, so you can check those out if you want to make your own papers. I also added a few paper packs to our shop. So in case you want to have some handmade papers, you will find them over there, and I will link them up in the video description. There is also linked our blog post where you can have a look at the close-up image of the finished spread. So it's not, you don't have to pause the video in the end. You can just jump over to the blog and you will find also some kind of a description and some close-up images. I think I'm now searching for another piece of paper that has this yellow on it from that first one I've adhered, and I like to always have more than just one of the same colors on the page, because then it's just a little bit harmonic, I have the feeling. Sometimes when I'm not sure how the composition looks good, I just have a view to the camera onto the page because that gives me a little bit of a distance, and that makes it easier to see if things are looking good or not. What you also can do is just use a mirror and look at your page. That will make a huge difference, and you can also maybe look at your page upside down or take some photos of different layouts. If you don't want to watch me arranging papers, you can just use that setting in the YouTube settings that speeds up the video so it runs a little bit faster. I really love this botanical print here, and it's made with my Sketchy Leaves #5 stencil, and I shared a video recently where I make collage photo elements, and there you see how I did these kind of prints. I think I'm quite happy with the layout as it is, and I'm now gluing it down with my glue stick, and I will speed up this part a little bit so you don't get bored. I'm quite happy with the spread and how it turned out, and now I'm going to add a little bit more texture and interest with a background stamp. Here I'm using, I think it's the old book page stamp from our Mix It Up #5 stamp set, and I just use it with black StazOn ink to bring in some interest in different areas. I just recognized I'm using archival ink. If you're using archival ink on top of acrylics, you have to wait a little bit until it's dry. If you're using StazOn, it will dry immediately. Here I'm also using a numbers stamp from the Mix It Up number 6 stamp set, and I think I picked a color, a kind of a yellowish color, just to make that blend a bit more with the background. It might be the archival saffron. I'm also going to add some black ink splatters to the spread. I think amongst these patchworky structures, some splatters are looking quite nice and just make it look a bit more loose. I picked one of the collage elements from that video that I mentioned before, and I'm adhering that to the spread. I think it looks quite nice here, and it's balancing everything out. I also wanted to give a title to my page, and I'm using our A2Z stamp set here together with one of the collage papers, and I'm just stamping the word imagine with the letters, and then I'm going to cut that out and adhere it to the page. I've cut out the title, and here I'm just playing around where I want to place it. I also wanted to add another botanical element because I always feel when I have two elements, everything is too balanced, and I don't like that at all. I really like to have an odd number of elements. And I made a poll in my Instagram stories and gave you different options to choose from. And then I decided which element I'm going to use, and I picked that turquoisey leaf here. I also thought this is the best option, and I'm also adhering this to my spread. My page is finished, and I'm really happy how it turned out. I hope you enjoyed that video, and I hope we will see us next time. Bye.